Alright guys, welcome back to another video. So the NBA playoffs, you can say, officially start today with the play-in. We have a couple play-in games. We have the two 7 versus 8 games in the West and in the East respectively. And guys, I am making this video not for my playoff predictions. Those will come after the play-in. I will give in my play-in predictions today, but the more important reason for this video is to share with you why I believe this NBA postseason could be the greatest one we ever see. It will be so epic, so incredible, because I think a lot of people will say this, but I don't remember a year with more potential for parity. I don't remember a year with more contenders potentially, and just so much uncertainty. And just to put it this way, this is the third year of the play-in tournament, I believe, but it's the first year where I've actually really been a big fan of it, because this year there's some play-in teams that almost made the play-in, and then one team especially that is in the play-in actually has a chance to make a deep run, whereas in years past it felt like none of the play-in teams actually had a chance to make a deep run. But just the storylines with the first round series, with the play-ins, with so many teams, it's just out of control in a great way. So just to kind of look over the playoff bracket, most of you NBA fans have already, basically all of you know the matchups at this point, but every matchup has its own storyline and just has potential for just some incredible drama, and we got to just talk about it. You start with the Nuggets, right? One of the weirdest 1 seeds I ever remember. We obviously know how good Jokic is, but they didn't finish the year well. Jokic was hurt / resting, I don't even know, but how legit are they? Can Jokic take them to the finals? I don't know. They're not one of the favorites right now. They're not even one of the 5 favorites, I think, to win the whole thing. And then obviously, who will they play? Will that be, it could be any of these 4 play-in teams. And other than the Lakers, can any of these 3 teams give them a run if they play any of these 3 teams? So the Nuggets, it's really interesting to see what they do. Can Jokic's teammates help him out and make a difference, and can Jamal Murray turn into bubble Jamal and maybe the Nuggets make a run? So we'll see how legit the Nuggets are. Then you have the Suns and Clippers. Now I really wish Kawhi was playing. I really wish Paul George was playing. That would have made this one of the best first round series, I think, in recent memory. But still, the storyline of KD only played a few games with the Suns, not even 10 games, and can they stay healthy? And the Suns, if they are healthy, I think they should be the favorite to win the West. But then you play the Clippers, and you have the KD versus Russ rivalry. It's pretty obvious they still don't like each other. So I love this series. I do think the Suns should clearly be the favorites here, but it's still a very interesting matchup. And then, I don't know, this one might be my favorite first round matchup. Kings and Warriors. Mike Brown, the coach of the Kings, of course, versus his former team, Steve Kerr and the Warriors. And then these two teams are so close together in Northern California that the Warriors don't even have to fly to the Kings arena. They can just take a bus. So the proximity, the fact that the Kings haven't been in the playoffs forever, we're going to see how legitimate the Kings are. So it's a great test for them against the defending champs. It's a really tough draw for the Kings, because, the Warriors fans will be present. And then a team like the Warriors that struggles on the road, it's probably one of it's going to be a loud Sacramento arena, obviously. Looking forward to that. But we're going to see if the fact that they're so close to their own home arena, if that phases the Warriors, or if they still struggle on the road. So it's a great test for both teams. Can't wait to see that. And then, are the Grizzlies legitimate with the whole drama, all the drama they've had this year? They're basically in the same position as last year. They're a 2 seed. So can they make improvements from last year? Can they get to the conference finals? They won't have Steven Adams, so that's tough. We'll see. Can Ja Morant and this team mature up and make a run? We'll see. So, and then in the East, it's kind of the Bucks and Celtics. A lot of people feel like they've separated from everyone else. I don't know. I'm really curious to see how the Sixers can do in this postseason. I personally think the Sixers are worthy of being in that category of Bucks and Celtics. A lot of people think the Celtics and Bucks are on a collision course to meet in the conference finals. If they do, do the Bucks get revenge from last year? Do the Celtics justify their finals appearance from last year? And then how do the Sixers play into this mix? So I'm curious. I think those are the three teams that can legitimately win the East. Cavs and Knicks, I think, is the best first-round matchup in the East. Donovan Mitchell against the team that a lot of Knicks fans feel like he should have been or gone to. Jalen Brunson, Julius Randle. We'll see how they do against the Cavs here. That'll be a great series. And then the Nets, can they actually put up a fight against the Sixers? Or are they kind of just lucky to be here because KD made them good enough to when he left, even though Bridges has kind of turned into the next KD on the Nets? Can the Nets actually show that they're still a playoff team without KD? So we'll see about how that goes. But really, I'm looking at it and I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I personally think there's 7 teams that have a pretty decent chance to win the whole thing. I think the Lakers, with LeBron and AD, call me a biased Lakers fan, but if they get out of the play-in, anything's possible. I think they have a chance to go all the way. I think the Warriors could be contenders. I could see the Grizzlies, maybe the Kings, Suns, Nuggets, Bucks, Celtics, and Sixers. I've never seen so many teams that could possibly win the whole thing. So that's what makes it so exciting to me. It's going to be a wild postseason. So many great storylines. And then, you have the 4 play-in games, right? So I think it's time for me to make my predictions for those. The Pelicans and Thunder is very interesting to me. Congratulations to the Thunder. Lots of credit to them just for getting here. I think the Pelicans probably win this game, but you know what? I'm going to go with the Thunder just to be different. I think just the fact that they're here, they have nothing to lose. They're not playing with much pressure. The Pelicans are probably disappointed that they even have to play as the 9 seed in the play-in tournament, that they're not in that higher tier matchup of the 7-8. So I'm going to go with the Thunder to win this matchup. I don't know why. I'm just feeling it. I'm going to go with them. Lakers and Wolves. Look, I'm not saying the Wolves have no chance, but they have a minimal chance after Rudy Gobert decided to, whatever you want to call it, slap, punch, slow-mo Kyle Anderson. Let's just say make contact with him, but he's suspended, so he's not going to play. And then the really big loss is Jaden McDaniels, who, at least the last time they played, was a semi-LeBron stopper and clearly their best defender, one of the best defenders in the league. He's not going to be there, so I think the Lakers win this game rather comfortably, but obviously you never know in sports. So I'm going to go with the Lakers and Thunder as my 2 winners. And then, so the Lakers get the 7 seed, and then the loser of, I think the Timberwolves would play the Thunder. And then I think if the Thunder end up playing the Timberwolves, I think they win. And you know what? Just to be different, I'm going to say the Thunder end up getting the 8th seed and play the Nuggets, surprisingly. So the Thunder and Lakers are my 2 play-in winners. In the East, these are some really close matchups. Raptors and Bulls. I'm going to go with the Raptors. I like their playoff experience a little bit better. I just think they're a slightly better team. But that one could really go either way. I don't know. I like the Raptors very slightly, just very slightly. Maybe they win a little bit more of a defensive battle, but that one's really a coin flip. And then Heat and Hawks. The Heat have kind of played pretty well down the stretch. I think better than the Hawks. I'm not really a big fan of the Hawks. I don't really like their defense. I think Trae Young's overrated. I'm sorry. I just they're not very likable to me. I think Trae Young and Luka Doncic have become very unlikable in my opinion, as I think they're both overrated. I know these are some hot takes, but they're just super offensive, not defensive, and I don't think either of them are that conducive to winning and playoff success right now. So I will go with the Heat to win that game, and then the loser of Hawks and Bulls will play each other. And you know what? I'm going to go with the Bulls to get the 8th seed, just like the Thunder. I think the 2 10 seeds end up getting the 8 and playing the 1. So guys, those are my play-in predictions. They could really go either way. Or I think the only play-in matchup that probably isn't that close is the Lakers and Wolves, but the other 3 are very, very close in my opinion. It wouldn't be surprising if either team won, just to me. And then this first round, once it gets underway, can't wait for it. It's going to be incredible. And I can't wait to make my actual full playoff bracket, which I will do once the play-in's over, because I don't want to make my predictions before the play-in because I could get the matchups wrong and then it maybe messes up the whole bracket. So we'll just wait a few days on that. But guys, definitely comment your play-in predictions. And do you think this will be the greatest postseason of all time, the greatest one we've seen in the history of the NBA, or at least one of them? Comment your opinions. Let me know, guys. Like the video if you enjoyed. Subscribe if you're an NBA fan and you haven't subscribed already. Why not? It's free. But guys, I just can't wait for the play-in and the playoffs to get underway. Let's do this. It's gonna be epic. But with that being said, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one.